Today's video, I'm going to show you how to change the transmission lines in this first generation Chevy Cruze. So you can see I got my lines here. We turn the light on down here. I got some fluid leaking out. We got fluid on the ground down there. So we're going to get to it.
Two new lines here. This is the longer line, connects to the rear of the transmission, connects to the top of the thermostatic valve, located on the right when looking at the front of the vehicle. The shorter line, which was leaking for me, connects to the top of the transmission, to the bottom of the radiator, and was located on the left when looking at the front of the vehicle.
Now I bought it at dealership because I want to get it done today. You can kind of see the price. I'm a GM employee, so I get a discount. Probably cheaper on Amazon. In order to get to the transmission lines, we're going to have to remove the whole battery and the battery housing. The battery cover shield comes off. Two clips back here, one right here, lifts that up. We got a 10mm socket. We got a 13mm socket. Take those two nuts off. Once you get those bolts off, you got these side clips here that are clipped onto the battery. This whole thing's gonna lift up, pull it back. I got a bungee cord, got it out of the way. 10mm socket, take this bolt off. That bracket will lift up, pop out of the way. This here you might have to play with a bit. This should come up. Go ahead, take your battery out. Move on. All right, we gotta take some of the wire harnesses stuff. Little clip here, that should unlock this. We gotta lift the PCM off, but the bracket, kind of see back here, that area right here. This whole thing will start wiggling and you should be able to start pulling it and lifting it up. Back farther, there's another bracket. Same thing, you should be able to wiggle and it'll pull up. You kind of gotta do it all at once. And then down here, we got a little line. This right here, just push, squeeze that and this push in. With a long flathead, you're gonna reach down here and you're gonna pry this back away. This will then pop up. You can move that out. Up here, we are going to just squeeze this and wiggle that up. There's another line right here. From the back side, you're just gonna have to pull it up, or if you absolutely need to, you can just cut the zip tie. We'll put a new one on later. This one can be a bit of a pain, but once you get that out, we're gonna have our 13mm. Take those bolts out. Once those 3 bolts are out, the whole tray should just pull up, kind of wiggle it out, set it aside. So now we have access to our lines here. This one here, and the other one is back here, down in that little area. Set your e-brake. Car jacked up, jack stands under there. Driver's side tire off. You can see we got really good access now to the oil cooler line in the back. Under the car here, we got to remove the front air deflector shield thing. We have just some push pins. Those pull off, go around. Then we got some T20 screws. You'll see these around. Just take these off. Shield will pull down, pull back. Shield's off. We're on the driver's side. You can see now we have access to a line there, and the other one's on top. Make this easier, we're gonna take off our intercooler exit pipe. If you reach up in here, you'll feel a clip, and you'll see that moving. You can use your fingers. Basically, you're gonna push this down, and you're gonna start to wiggle this back a bit, and it'll pop off. Once you get that clip off, you can pull that back, put it to the side. Coming back up top. We got a clip down here. Take that off. This here just pulls off. Use a flathead this time. Unscrew your clamp there going into the throttle body. So once this is free, we're not going to take that out because that is a pain. You're just going to have more playroom with it.
Using a pick, you got to move this out of the way. This is on by this bracket. On the top, you can take your pick, put in the hole, push down, and that's going to release this clip here. This will then pull back and we can get that out of the way. So now we're gonna take off this bolt, 13mm. Put your socket on it. Unscrew this. Make sure you have a catch pan. I don't know how much is gonna come out, but so unscrew that, move on. Use a little compressed air first though and clean up around it. You don't want any dirt got that loosened up, save the nut. Down here, just use your hand. It's just, hold on, real simple. You don't want to pop that off. With a big long screwdriver, you're gonna want to reach down, pop this clip. You'll see it's connecting the two lines. It's gonna put it here, and you're gonna twist it, and that's gonna pop off. Give you an idea where we're at. There's one here, and there's one over here. So, looking up, I can see where the hell we're at. So you can see we got another one right there. Gotta do the same thing. Screwdriver's gonna kind of force it open.
You gotta get two of these clips off. They hold the two lines together. You can see you're gonna be prying this up in a way. There's no way to push that clip in, so you gotta kind of just pry it off. So the screwdriver is gonna kind of pry this plastic piece back off. Get compressed air, blow around it. You got one on the bottom, might as well do two. This one here, same thing, pry it back, blow it off.
I didn't have enough room to show you this on the car, so I went out and I bought a GM Quick Disconnect. One of these is screwed onto the radiator, the other is screwed onto that other thing. The very top, the very bottom. The middle hose you don't take off. What you're going to do is you're going to grab a flathead screwdriver, and you're first going to pry off this little plastic clip thing, seal, whatever. Move that away. You're going to want to grab your pick. I like the angled 90-degree pick the best. And you want to get under this, basically a C-clip. When you do, you're going to want to have a thumb over it so this clip don't fly. Pull back, and you'll pop it off. Now, you don't have enough hand leverage on that old pipe to be able to pull this out. So that's where I use my needle nose. Lock on. You're going to kind of find a way to really push on it. It'll pull out. Got that off. You're going to have to wiggle it. You're going to have to pull on it. I used vice grips. That gave me more leverage. Start dripping, have your catch pan ready. Alright, wiggling the back line. We're going to have to pop off the front line here first, so we got room. We can move that out of the way. Line out, got the new line next to it. What you're going to want to do for this one, to get both sides disconnected, you're going to have this top one loose, kind of wiggle shit around, move this wire. Basically, I just started wiggling, pushing it back towards the rear of the car. Then I had enough, I could bend it, pull it back out. So we're going to try the same. Just a lot of wiggling and playing. Put a piece of electrical tape over the end of your line so you don't get dirt in there when you're feeding it through. Now I ended up putting the new pipe on and then the C-clip, but I think you can put the C-clip on and then the pipe. What we're going to do is grab your new line. You're going to put it in there. But this thing's going to be too hard again with not enough hand room in there to be able to push in all the way. So once you get it started, grab those vice grips again, lock on, and then work it. You'll feel it push in. This is where I then grab the clip. This clip you're going to want to try to position so it starts like this. Find the little grooves. You start pushing it. And you want to kind of push it even. And then you'll hear it clip on. Go ahead, either grab your hand or grab your vice grips. Try to pull it out. You can see it play. There's no play in there. Put the plastic clip on and your line's installed. You can also put the clip on first and then the line. Grab your clip, position it so it starts in the middle of one of the little slits. Push it down so it locks. You can see the feet are in there. You can see the seal. Grab your new line. Start your line. Vice grips if you can't get it in by hand. You're going to start pushing it back. Locked in. Verify it's not coming out. Black plastic. Slide up. Lock this on. Then I'll just pop over it. And with that, you're good to go. Alright, I got the top pipe back on, got the clip on, and the rubber boots back on. It's good to go. You're going to find the hardest thing with these clips is just
trying to line up the three prongs at once and getting to sit. Make sure you didn't stretch it out either. I used vice grips, so I used the pick a bit. You're just gonna have to try to wiggle it in there. No real trick.
This side is back on. 71 inch-pounds of torque for that nut.
All right, back into the car. We got that clip off. We'll pull this line out. Back into the car. Go ahead and pull out the bottom line. You don't want to have a catch pan. It's going to be dripping everywhere.
Old line's out. Time to put the new one in. This line, I literally just took it and wiggled, pulled it out. Reinstall, torque the top one, 71 inch-pounds. Kind of feed the lines around, make them look pretty.
Bottom line's in, clips on, plastic's on. You're going to want to have some needle nose vice grips. These things are a must. You won't have enough leverage to be able to push that pipe in. You really need something to pull against. So, reinstall your line vibration clips.
Reinstall this clip down in between here, behind the sensor. Push your lines down with these plastic clips here, and with that, our lines are in. We can start working on putting all the other shit back together. Take this plug thing, lock it back in.
Put your intercooler exit air intake thing back on. Put your splash windshield back on with the screws and the clips.
E-brake off, tire on, car off jacks. Clip back on. Plug that back in. Screw that back down. Put the battery tray back in. Tighten the bolts pretty tight. Go around. Make sure you got all your clips in. All the stuff you took out. Got one there. Make sure the whole computer PCM's back in snug and tight. Then put the battery in. Bring back all your positive stuff. Put it down. Connect the post. Make sure stuff locks in. Connect the negative post. Put your battery tie down. Battery cover back on. You're going to do a once over. You're going to look over everything, make sure everything looks good. Now that everything's back together, you're going to want to add about half a quart of some automatic transmission fluid. Make sure you're using GM recommended Dexron VI for this vehicle. Your fill plug is right here, this cap. You're going to need a funnel. Put about half a quart in. Go over, turn the vehicle on, check for leaks. You're going to be looking at all the fittings we made. Where we put on, we're going to look back there. You're going to look under here, that. You're going to go under the car, and you're going to have to peek your head up to see what you can see. Should be pretty noticeable if it's leaking. Take it for a spin, let it warm up, come back. You're going to have to check the fluid level now. So, car running, and you went through all the gears. Car's warmed up. Come around to this tire. You're gonna look down here. Sorry about the camera. And you got a fill plug right here. You can see the fluid. You're gonna unscrew that while the car's running and see what comes out. If nothing comes out, you're gonna have to start putting more fluid in. Do about a quarter to half a quart at a time. Once you start seeing fluid come out, put your plug back in. That's about 60 inch-pounds of torque. And that's also a 11 millimeter socket. Once you get that, everything should be good to go. Thank you for watching this video. Questions, leave a comment in the section below. Like and subscribe. Thank you.